Good morning, my dear students. I am here. I am Parvez Alam once again to introduce you a new topic that will include lots of ideas and finding and explorations. How much you explore in the field of educations that will enlighten you and your career in the future. So today video will include a wonderful, splendid topic, that is biography. So before starting, I want to ask some questions. Can you explain me why do we need to read biography of many people? So answer is very easy, and I think most of you can give very wonderful answer for that. So we should need to read and understand the biography of many people to apply their ideas, ideology, and their notions in our lives to make beautiful and to make a prosperous country and a successful people. That's why you have to read their biography. And the second question is, why these people are great? Why these people are so well known in history that we are reading today? Why do we read their biography? Why their names are in our syllabus? I think somehow it is very a tough question for you, but you can understand that easily anyone's name cannot recorded in history without any excellent and unique work. No names in biography today, because everyone's biography is not written, right? So it means those people have done some extraordinary works, some exemplary or ideal works in the field of world, in the field of prosperity, in the field of anti-revolution, maybe anti-suppressions. That's why their names are recorded and made and well known in history that we read every day. So if you want to make yourself glorious in the field of the world, in the world, to be read your biography, so you should do some work to become such people in this world, right? So let us start today's topic. So that is a very important topic, is biography. Biography means about life. Bio means life, graphy means descriptions. So about life is written, it is called biography. What of biography? It is called a person writes about himself, so that is called autobiography, and biography is written by other, that is called biography. So in this list, one of the influential person in the world is Abraham Lincoln. So first name is Abraham Lincoln. So let read about him. Who is Abraham Lincoln? Why we are reading about his life? Why we are trying to gain one thing and one point of his life? So let understand. Lincoln was the 16th president of United States. So Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of United States and one of the greatest American leaders. So many leaders have passed, many leaders are still alive, many leaders are working in the politics, but Abraham Lincoln was one of the greatest leader in the world, and especially in history of American leaders. His presidency was dominated by the American Civil War. When he was as a president working in America, that time the very common dominant was Civil War. Civil War means country people, citizen fight each other, that is called Civil War. Abraham Lincoln was born on 12 February 1809. On 12 February 1809, he was born near Hodgenville, Kentucky. He was brought up in Kentucky. He was taken in Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois. His parents were poor pioneers and Lincoln was largely self-educated. So his parents was so much educated, they were poor, and Lincoln got education by his own study, mostly self-educated. In 1836, he qualified as a lawyer. In the beginning, he became a lawyer and went to work in a law practice in Springfield, Illinois. So in Illinois state, he started practice in law. He sat in the state legislature from 1834 to 1842. So he works as a state legislator from 1832 to 1842, and in 1846 was elected to Congress. In Congress party he was elected as a member, representing the Whig party for a term. So in one term he works for the Whig party. In 1856 he joined the New Republican Party, but he joined a New Republican Party in 1856, and in 1860 he was asked to run as their presidential candidate. So he stand for presidential candidate in 1860. In the presidential campaign, Lincoln made his opposition to slavery very clear. One of the crucial campaign for his elections, that is he opposed to slavery, very clearly, very openly said that slavery is not legal, there will be no slavery in America. His victory provoked a crisis. So he got victory, but it creates incited many people as a provoking crisis, with many Southerners fearing that he would attempt to abolish slavery in South. So actually most of the Southerner, those people live in South side, they have a fear, they have a terror that they will abolish slavery in South. Means they will completely eradicate the system of slavery. 7 southern states left the Union to form the Confederate States of America. So 7 southern states left the Union and they form Confederate States of America, also known as the Confederacy. So this is known as Confederacy. For more joint later and for more states join later, Lincoln ought to preserve the Union even it meant war. Although Abraham Lincoln knew that it will create war, but he had taken oath as that he will not go behind, he will be not defeated by the oppositions. He was stood in his own idea, and he tried, although he knew that it will create civil war or many wars. Fighting broke out in April 1861. Civil war started and fighting started in April in 1861. Lincoln always defined the Civil War as a struggle to save the Union. So Lincoln has defined a Civil War as to save the Union. But in January 1863, he nonetheless issued the Emancipation proclamations. So he had made a law, he had passed a law in 1863, that is called Emancipation Proclamation Law, that abolished the slavery system, which freed all slaves in areas still under Confederate control. So that give the issue to free all the slaves, those are under control of Confederate control. This was an important symbolic gesture that identified the Union's struggle as a war to end slavery. So actually, this is the one of the greatest work was done, was carried up, was kept up by Abraham Lincoln in history. You can say in the human history, because human history has a long tradition to keeping slave, to keep slave in their house, to works and to do their needs, right? So he has one of the greatest man in the human history to finish and abolish practice of slavery in America. Next important name in this video is Nelson Mandela. I think one of the famous human in the world who gives new ideas and who has done somehow exemplary and ideal work in the world. He was the first black president of South Africa. Nelson Mandela was a South African president, first black president, elected after time in prison for his anti-apartheid work. Actually, he was sentenced to jail. He was imprisoned due to anti-apartheid work. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. Due to his humane activity, due to the upliftment of prosperity for black people, he got Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. Who was Nelson Mandela? One of the great question is, who was Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela was a social right activist, means he was advocating rights of human being. He was advocating rights of society, social rights, that this is my right, this is the society right, they have to give it, right? A politician, he was also politician, and philanthropist, means who works for prosperity and social welfare of others, who became South Africa's first black president from 1994 to 1990. He was as a black president. After becoming involved in the anti-apartheid movement in 20, Mandela joined the African National Congress in 1942. So in the beginning life, he joined the African National Congress Party and African National Congress in 1942. For 20 years, he directed a campaign of peaceful. So he had been working about 20 years to campaign peaceful and peace, non-violent defiance against the South African government and its racist policies. So actually he was very impressed by Mahatma Gandhi. So he was a proponent of non-violence idea. So he was defiant. He was deliberately works non-violent against the South African government. Actually, South African governments are working on racist policies on the basis of color, on the basis of caste and creed. They were given rights. Beginning in 1962, Mandela spent 27 years in prison. Prison meaning jail. He had spent about 27 years in jail for political offences. His works were considered as a political offence, right? That's why he was put in jail. In 1993, Mandela and South African President F.A. de Klerk were jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. So in 1993, Nelson Mandela and F.W. de Klerk got Nobel Peace Prize for their efforts to dismantle the country's apartheid system. Apartheid means that is anti-human, that is anti-human rights. So they were able to abolish this. For generation to come, Mandela will be a source of inspiration for civil rights activists worldwide. So in the worldwide, lots of people stand for civil rights. Lots of people protest and demonstrate for getting and for gaining fighting the civil rights. So Nelson Mandela is one of the men who inspire lots of and thousands people to stand against the violation of human rights and gaining the human rights in the world. In the next name, the important name is Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, 1910 and 1997 was a Roman Catholic nun. You know, the nun in a person who spends whole life in service of church. That is, she is called nun, who devoted her life to serving the poor. Actually, she was working to serve the poor and destitute around the world. Destitute means poor in condition, poor in circumstances, poor in health. So she was working to serve them. She spent many years in Calcutta, India, where she founded the missionary of charity, where in Calcutta she founded missionaries to serve poor girls, especially a religious congregation devoted to helping those in great need. Actually, missionaries of charity is you can say this is the religious organization, but these have been working to help those people are utmost need. They help the poorest of poor, and they will give clothes, foods, and residence to those people who are in the utmost need in India and in the world also. In 1979, Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. In 1979, Mother Teresa was the woman who got Nobel Peace Prize and became the symbol of charitable. So, symbol of charitable means a person spends whole life for giving charity. A person spends entire rest and comfort to service of human being. That is called charitable, symbol of charitable person, selfless work. Yeah, actually in the today world, most of people and most of us are working for ourselves and selfish gain. We are working to gain ourselves. Most of times we are thinking, we are working, we have been carrying out our activities to comfort ourselves, to comfort our families, to benefit our family. But Mother Teresa was different. She is called still selfless activist. She never did something for herself. She sacrificed everything for human being, for upliftment of human rights. In 2016, Mother Teresa was canonized by Roman Catholic Church as a Saint Teresa. So she got a religious title, Saint Teresa, because she has worked a lot of human being and poor children, poor girls. Right? That's why she is got this great Catholic Church title Saint Teresa. So here I finished my video, and before finishing my video I want to explain you the what is homework today. The today homework is, first homework that you must watch this video 2-3 times, and second is you must write all the names, the great activist name in the world in your notebook, and write down their important achievements and their birth date and death date and their great leaderships. So have a great day. Thank you so much.